imagine a puppy so smart and brave that it flagged down a stranger on a highway to save its mum? Well, get ready, because this is the incredible true story of a tiny hero who did just that. It all started on a scorching hot day. A young man named Ethan was driving down a dusty, remote road when he spotted something unusual. A tiny puppy, all alone, was barking its head off and darting back and forth across the asphalt. At first, Ethan thought the little guy was just lost or maybe playing, but as he slowed down, he realized this was different. The puppy wasn't running away. It was trying to get his attention. It would bark, run a few feet ahead, then turn back, its eyes begging him to follow. It was a clear, desperate message. Intrigued and a little worried, Ethan pulled his car to the side of the road. The moment he stepped out, the puppy bounded down a narrow dirt trail leading into the woods. Looking back to make sure Ethan was coming, Ethan's heart started to pound a little faster. What could this tiny dog possibly be leading him to? As he walked deeper into the trees, a faint sound reached his ears, a weak, muffled whimper that made the hairs on his arms stand up. It was a cry for help. The puppy led him straight to a pile of debris near what looked like an old abandoned construction site, and there, half buried under concrete rubble and rusted metal, was the source of the cries. Ethan's jaw dropped. It was the puppy's mother, a beautiful, medium-sized dog, but she was in a terrible state. She was completely encased in what looked like a giant, hardened shell. It was a disgusting mix of dried tar and melted plastic, fused together by the relentless sun, trapping her like a statue. The poor mum could barely move a muscle. Her eyes were wide with fear and pain, pleading for help, while her brave little puppy pawed uselessly at the hard shell, whining softly. Ethan knew he couldn't handle this alone. He immediately pulled out his phone and called the local animal rescue hotline, explaining the bizarre and urgent situation. But he couldn't just stand there and wait. He found an old water bottle in his car and began gently pouring water over the hardened mass, hoping to soften it even a little. The whole time, the little pup stayed right by his mother's side, licking her face, offering what little comfort it could. It was a heart-wrenching sight. Finally, the rescue team arrived. They were professionals and came prepared. With a sense of calm urgency, they got to work, using a combination of warm water, gentle oils, and special animal-safe solvents to slowly and carefully break down the tar shell. It was a delicate and painstaking process. They had to be incredibly careful not to harm the dog underneath. Every small piece they chipped away felt like a victory. The puppy, watching from a safe distance now, never took its eyes off its mum. For nearly 2 long, grueling hours, the team worked tirelessly. Piece by piece, the dark, sticky prison came off, revealing matted fur and bruised, raw skin beneath. It was a miracle she was still alive after what must have been an agonizing ordeal. Then the final piece of the shell was removed. A collective cheer went up from the rescue team. She was free. As soon as she could move, the mother dog weakly lifted her head and nudged her heroic puppy, her tail giving a faint, grateful wag. The rescuers decided to name her Shelley for the shell she had survived, and her brave little pup, he was given the only name that fit, Hero. Both Shelley and Hero were taken to a local animal shelter for medical care and recovery. Shelley had some skin irritation and was malnourished, but she was a fighter. With good food, medicine, and lots of love, she and Hero began to heal. The story of Hero's courage and intelligence quickly went viral. People from all over the world were touched by the incredible loyalty of this tiny puppy who refused to give up on his mum. Donations poured into the shelter to help with their care. But the story doesn't end there. Ethan, the man who first stopped to help, couldn't get the brave duo out of his mind. He visited them every day at the shelter, watching them grow stronger together. When Shelley and Hero were finally ready for a forever home, there was only one person for the job. Ethan officially adopted them both. In an interview later, he said something that perfectly captures the magic of this story. "I thought I was the one rescuing them that day, but in truth, they rescued me. He gave them a home, and they filled his life with an incredible amount of joy and inspiration. Today, Shelley and Hero are happy, healthy, and inseparable, living their best lives with Ethan. Their story is a powerful reminder that heroes come in all shapes and sizes, and that the bond between a mother and her child is one of the strongest forces in nature. It also shows how one small act of kindness, like pulling over for a puppy on the side of the road, can change the world for someone. So, what do you think of this amazing rescue? Have you ever witnessed an animal doing something incredibly smart? Let me know in the comments below. We love reading your stories. If you were touched by Shelley and Hero's journey, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone who needs a little dose of hope today. And do not forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next heartwarming story. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.